Okay, I am live. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Vivi and Debbie. You were so early. I'm surprised. Good morning, Paula. Judith. Good morning, Judith. This is Kiruba. Oh, I don't know you yet. Okay, Kiruba Kari. I think I saw you yesterday as well. Okay. Good morning, everybody. It's day 2 of Life Mastery Masterclass. Okay, thank you. Some of you had also watched my Design Your Dream Life a month ago, I believe, and then now we are here. Another program. It's a 6-month program. Okay, so where do we begin? I'll start already. Okay, the title for today, Amal Rose. Yeah, I met you before. You are Amal Rose. Okay, day 2, break the cycle. People, we live on a habit, on a cycle all the time. Up, down, up, down, up, down. That's the cycle we're talking about. Mastering the patterns that keeps on repeating. Your life will continue repeating the same lessons until you become aware of the pattern and choose a different response. Meaning until you learn the lesson. You know, keep on. Good morning, Isabel. Okay, good morning. Okay, good morning, Sandman. Okay, now welcome back. Yesterday we explored your inner world and discovered how emotions, thoughts, and automatic reactions can influence your choices. Today, we take the next step. We will look beneath those reactions and discover the hidden patterns that may be shaping your relationships, confidence, finances, thank you, health, and everyday decision. Awareness opens the door. Today, we begin understanding what has been happening behind that door. Namaste Esther, Namaste Maria. Have you ever asked yourself, why does this keep happening to me? Why does this keep happening to me? Perhaps you keep attracting similar relationships, struggling with the same financial challenges, doubting yourself before every opportunity, or feeling emotionally exhausted despite your best efforts. Namaste Maswari, David, Nancy. Life doesn't repeat by accident. Many people believe they are simply unlucky. In reality, life often repeats what remains unhealed or unconscious. Until we recognize the deeper pattern, we tend to respond in the same way, producing similar occurrences. I'm going to say everybody's coming late. Jordana, okay, Jordan, I see here we have Italian translation, we have Spanish translation, we have Portuguese translation, okay? So everybody connected early. Example, the fear of rejection pattern. As a child, you may have been criticized whenever you make mistakes. Over time, you learn that making mistakes meant disappointing others. So you need to become perfect to avoid criticism. Years later, as an adult, you may hesitate to apply for promotions, avoid speaking up in meetings, or overthink every decision because you are afraid of failing or being judged. Example, the fear of rejection pattern. The circumstances have changed, but the emotional pattern remains the same. The past is no longer happening, but the old program is still influencing the present. Example, people-pleasing pattern. People-pleasing pattern. A child who is often praised for putting other people's needs before their own may begin believing that being good means keeping everyone happy and avoiding conflict. Years later, that same person may find it difficult to say no. They agree to things they do not want to do, feel guilty when they rest, and often place everyone else's needs above their own. That habit once helped them feel accepted, but now it leaves them emotionally exhausted and disconnected from their own needs. The iceberg of human behavior. Most people only notice what happens on the surface. They see the argument, the financial problem, the anxiety, or the failed relationship. Beneath the surface are beliefs, emotional wounds, fears, and subconscious programming quietly influencing every decision. Look at this iceberg. If you only change the surface, the pattern usually returns. Lasting transformation begins beneath the surface. When we heal the results of the surface begin to change. Look at this drawing. The visible reality, what we see on the surface, what we see on the outside. I'm going to step Joanna, Pana, Prita. You see above, argument, financial problem, anxiety, failed relationships. Those are is what you see on the outside, what we experience. The underlying causes of this are the old beliefs, the beliefs that our parents, the media, the culture, the religion have programmed us to believe. They're not true anymore. Emotional wounds, when you're hurt, brokenhearted, divorces, failed relationships, um, financial disappointments, all of this happening, subcontracting programming, fears, all these beliefs, the deeper reason why we are experiencing. Amen. Amen and good morning. So patterns are learned. Nobody is born believing they are not enough. Many of our patterns are learned through repetition or repeated experiences, repeated observations, and emotional conditioning. Okay, is my sound? Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me well? Oh, loud and clear. Okay, thank you. If you cannot hear me well, then adjust your microphone, okay, your computer. Again, nobody is born believing they are not enough. Many of our patterns are learned through repeated experiences, observations, and emotional conditioning. The encouraging news is this: what has been learned can also be transformed. Okay? So, four common life mastery patterns. Many women recognize themselves in one or more of these patterns: the overgiver, the survival pattern, the scarcity pattern, the approval pattern. Today, notice which one speaks most strongly to your own experience. The overgiver pattern. You naturally care for others, but often neglect yourself. You say yes even when you're exhausted, struggle to receive help, and feel guilty when you choose your own needs. Over time, generosity becomes self-sacrifice rather than healthy service. You feel like a victim. You just sacrifice a lot. You cannot continually, you cannot continually pour from an empty cup. The example, the overgiver. Someone asks for a favor and your first instinct is to say yes, even though your schedule is already full and your energy is running low. You convince yourself that you can handle just one more thing. By the end of the week, you feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and quietly resentful. Yet you continue saying yes because disappointing others feel harder than disappointing yourself. When overgiving becomes your pattern, your own needs are often the first to be neglected. The survival pattern. Life is like one continuous emergency. You are constantly rushing, solving problems, worrying about the future, and waiting for the next challenge. Even when life becomes peaceful, your nervous system struggles to relax because stress has become familiar. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, Dean. Example of survival pattern. You finish one task and immediately think about the next. Your mind is always planning, solving problems, or worrying about what could go wrong. Even during moments of rest, you feel guilty for slowing down because being busy has become your normal way of living. The scarcity pattern. Scarcity is not only about money. It is the belief that there will never be enough. Not enough time, not enough opportunities, not enough love, not enough success. When scarcity leads your thinking, receiving abundance often feels uncomfortable or undeserved. Example of scarcity pattern. An opportunity to invest in personal growth or learn a new skill comes along. Even though you know it could help you, your first thought is, what if I waste more money? What if I just waste my money? Or maybe I'm not ready. Instead of seeing possibility, your mind immediately focuses on what you might lose. Fear becomes louder than opportunity. Example of scarcity pattern. When scarcity leads your thinking, it becomes difficult to receive the very abundance you are hoping for. I hope you understand. The approval pattern. Your decision becomes dependent on other people's opinions. You hesitate to speak honestly, set boundaries, or pursue your dreams because you fear rejection, you fear criticism, or you fear disappointing others. Gradually, you begin living according to expectations instead of your own truth. Example of approval pattern. Good morning, Perna from Bhutan. Ayan, I know you. You want to say no because your schedule is already full, but you agree anyway because you don't want anyone to think you are selfish or unkind. Afterward, you feel overwhelmed, frustrated, and emotionally drained. Instead of honoring your own needs, you made your decision based on how someone else might react. Patterns affect every area of life. These patterns do not stay in one area. They influence your relationships, finances, career, health, confidence, parenting, spirituality, and emotional well being. Change becomes lasting when you transform the pattern rather than simply changing the situation. Now, I'm asking you, which pattern do you recognize? Take a quiet moment and ask yourself, which of these patterns feel most familiar? Where do I notice it showing up in my life? How long has it been part of my story? Ask these questions to yourself. Answer as honest as you can. Which of these patterns feel most familiar? Where do I notice it showing up in my life? How long has it been part of my story? There are no right or wrong answers, only opportunities for awareness. And God, say I feel bad for you, all of them, or most of them for some. Self-reflection. Again, ask yourself, this is for you. Instead of giving you a PDF file for you to answer yourself, which is, I don't know if you're really gonna be feeding it up after the session. I'd rather you answer it now, okay? Go within. Ask yourself, when do I become this version of myself? Who brings it out most often? Maybe your wife, maybe your child, maybe your in-law, who knows? Maybe your boss, maybe your sibling. What emotion usually comes before this pattern appears? Awareness helps you to see the beginning of the cycle before it takes over. Sometimes we're not even aware, just an autopilot. We react and everything and repeats again and repeats again. What has this pattern cost you? Every pattern has a price. It may have cost you peace, confidence, opportunities, healthy relationships, financial growth, physical health, or simply the freedom to be yourself. Recognizing the cost creates motivation for change. Imagine a different way. Close your eyes. Imagine responding differently. Imagine saying no without guilt. Receiving without fear. Resting without feeling lazy. Speaking honestly without seeking approval. Again, practice in your mind, rehearse in your mind. I can say no without feeling guilty. Without guilt. No, no, no. I'm busy. I have my own schedule. No guilt. Receiving without fear. Receiving love, receiving money, receiving compliment. No fear. fully accept what you told me. I hear you, I see you, I know it's beneficial for me. No fear, I'll do it. Okay? Resting without feeling lazy. Some people feel guilty that if they rest, they are being branded as lazy. I'm being lazy because they're the survival mode. They have to work, 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 do. And then they rest. Because of course the body needs rest. Of course the mind needs rest. Of course the emotions need rest. Just chill. And some people feel guilty doing that. Okay? No guilt, no feeling lazy. Speaking honestly without seeking approval. Oh, I'm not gonna say anything in the meeting. I'd rather shut my mouth because I don't know if they're gonna approve what I'm saying, if they're gonna agree with what I believe what I say, right? So you'd rather keep quiet. Your pattern may explain many of your reactions, but you are not your pattern. It does not define your identity. Okay, this that just remember this sentence. It does not identify your identity. The pattern is something you learned. It is not who you truly are. Good morning, Simona from Slovenia. It says, remember, you are not your pattern. This is not your identity. It's only something you learned. It's not you truly are. Just remember this. Pattern release practice. I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to release these patterns. Bring to mind one pattern you are ready to release. If you have four, okay, one at a time. One pattern first. The first pattern that is strong in you. Bring to mind. Notice how it has influenced your decisions, your relationships, your health, your confidence or peace. Take a slow breath in and release, and simply acknowledge its presence without judging yourself. Inhale, notice that pattern, and exhale, release. Again, inhale, acknowledge that you have this pattern. You're not judging yourself, you just acknowledge that you have it. Inhale, exhale, and release. Okay, same pattern. Okay, and if you watch the replay of this, you can go to the next pattern and the next pattern. Okay, and silently repeat. You have a new choice now. I see this pattern. I honor what it once tried to protect me from. I no longer need to live this way. I am free to choose differently. Repeat the new choice. Silently repeat. I see this pattern. When I say silent repeat, you move your lips. You just don't think it. You just don't imagine, but you actually move your lips, like whispering. Okay, silently repeat. I see this pattern. I honor what it once tried to protect me from. I no longer need to live this way. I am free to choose differently. Absorb it, own it, feel it. See the new you. Exactly what you said. Okay? I no longer live this way. Okay, next. Affirmation. This you say it aloud. I am no longer available for the patterns that keep me small. I choose healing instead of repetition. I choose awareness instead of autopilot. I choose freedom instead of fear. This repeat again. I am no longer available for the patterns that keep me small. I choose healing instead of repetition. I choose awareness instead of autopilot. I choose freedom instead of fear. Okay, really mean it, like declaring to the universe, I am now free. This is me now, okay? I know who I am. I choose to be this. Today was another beginning. Today you recognize that repeating patterns are not permanent. They are invitations to grow. Awareness is powerful, but transforming lifelong patterns requires consistent practice, guidance, healing, and support. Consistency, okay? It's not just one-time deal. Continue the journey. The Life Mastery Program is designed to help you move beyond awareness into lasting transformation. Again, in pranic healing, we study, we learn, we see the slides, we hear from the instructor, we have the knowledge, right? We hear them, we have a lot of notes, we actually write a lot of notes, we actually read books, head knowledge, read books, but we are encouraged to practice what we learn. And on practice doesn't just one time deal, not only in the class, but on also after the class, we're expected to practice the teachings, right? And then keep on practicing, keep on practicing. Without practicing, you cannot master it. You cannot master something without practicing consistently. Okay, so the master is about continuous practice. So, manama. Okay, 5-day master class. You want me to upload it in the YouTube? You mean? Okay, I'll tell April. Okay. So anyway, over 6 months, this is life mastery programs about a 6-month program. The other one, the 5-day master class, is for the 1-year program. Okay. I'll listen. Thank you for that suggestion. So it's about awareness into lasting transformation. You cannot transform something if it's just a short time. It has to have a certain time frame, and within that 6 months, you have to continually practice until you really master your life. Okay, master every area. Over 6 months, we worked through the deeper layers of love, transformation, intention, health, which is so important, abundance, and manifestation, so that you are not simply recognizing old patterns, you're replacing them with healthier ways of thinking, feeling, and living. The Life Mastery Program begins on July 27. Today is July 22, I believe, right? So in 5 days, we're going to start the program. It starts every Monday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. New York time. I believe July up to, I forgot, up to February maybe? August, September, October, November, December, January. January, up to January, okay? Good morning, good morning. Orne, okay. You can remind me in WhatsApp, okay? To update the file. Okay, so this is the investment plan for your participation in the master class. Instead of normal, this is my normal price, 6,666. But if you register before the start, or even on the start day, you get a discount for attending this master class. You save $1,166. You only pay down payment and now full payment of 5,500. If say that I don't have the money right now, so you can attend the payment plan. You can use the payment installment plan. Put 2,000 down instead of 2,666. Okay, and then you pay monthly 666. Okay, so your homework. Write down one pattern you are no longer willing to repeat. Then write one new choice you will begin practicing this week. Example, I say yes even when I'm exhausted. New choice, I honor my energy and allow myself to say no with kindness. Saying no doesn't mean you don't love them. Saying no actually means you love them. So tomorrow's journey. Tomorrow we bring everything together, right? I still have one day. You will discover how to become the conscious leader of your life by making empowered decisions, setting clear intentions, receiving abundance, and creating your life from inner alignment instead of old patterns. Tomorrow is where awareness becomes conscious leadership. Okay, as always, I have someone from past programs who participated in these programs, right? And I want to invite a very powerful woman from Mexico named Paula Amapola is the full name. Grijalva. I don't know how to pronounce. Great job. Yeah. Okay. And I'm sorry if I mispronounce it. Okay. Okay.
No,
No,
Grijalva.
how do I say the name? Grijalva or Grijalva?
Grijalva. That's
Grijalva.
right.
Grijalva. Okay. Okay. All right. Welcome back.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe.
maybe
Uh, um,
I'll mute myself.
Hi,
Hi.
you hear me
You hear me
well?
well? Yes, we hear you well.
Very good.
Very good.
So, at
So at
Master
Manamasid, there's
Marilag,
Marilag,
all
all
participants,
participants,
special
special
steps of my
steps of my
fellow
fellow
Life
life.
Mastery Program sisters. I am Paula from Mexico, so happy to be here today, sharing my transformational experience of the LMP followed under the caring wing of Master Marilag. So maybe some of you can resonate with my story. Where was I before the LMP? As many of us since childhood. I was taught, for example, that I had to accomplish every single task with commitment, hard work, and goodness, seeking to serve others at all cost because I was told that was the only source of real happiness in life. I call this now the fear programs. And without my conscience, these guys were running like hell at full, producing guilt, a longing for approval, and I wanted to be loved. Well, I had to deliver. When the pandemic struck, and I was working day and night to protect my children, my husband, my mother, the rest of my family, even my employees, and many of my friends, I become exhausted. One of my daughters resigned to her job to join an MBA in Boston, but she couldn't get there. The other one came back from Vancouver as all of the film productions were shut down. My husband, being a good father and provider, was struggling to keep his construction contracts. More than 80% of them were put on standby. My business could not keep on operating at the same level. The revenue collapsed. We were in a survival mode, and we had to use our savings in a significant proportion to retain our employees and help my children get back on track. You can imagine that we were really stressed out, but I had an extra challenge. My mother was isolated in her house, but in spite of that, she got COVID. Her livelihood deteriorated heavily, so I brought her to live with us. 1 year before, I was appointed president of the Mexico China Chamber of Commerce. I have been working in the international trade business arena for many, many years. And in 2020, after an audit was completed in this organization, I found out that the former manager did not pay the taxes for the last 5 years, and she did not communicate that we had an open lawsuit from a former landlord. So a judge gave us a sentence to pay a fine equivalent to millions. Of course, the IRS was ready to execute the closure of the organization. In summary, I was totally overwhelmed, so I had GMCKS in my prayers morning and night. But God never leaves you behind. Thanks to a pranic healing therapist, I learned about the LMP, the Life Mastery Program. And after the introductory section that the one today, I remember being able to breathe in deeply and hearing my inner voice saying, wow, this is definitely the answer to my prayers. So I immediately jumped in the program. With the generous but very straightforward guidance, Master Marilag helped me connect with my being. All the old programs and emotions opposing to my peace and balance were put into perspective and eradicated. I was eagerly waiting for every Monday session. But don't take me wrong, this is not like taking a class. We had to work a lot. On what? Well, inner reflection, writing and put it into honest perspective, our truth, our goals, our vision, and all the things we wanted to achieve in this life. I had to heal and to work hard on myself, but now I know it was totally worth it. In fact, it didn't only help me, but also everybody in my life and many even those who I don't know. Now I'm taking care of problems and challenges, but with clarity coming from inner reflection, compassion coming from understanding myself and the others, and decisiveness, coming from my inner strength. But how do I know this is working? Well, let me do some extra sharing. First, in spite of all the challenges, my daughters made it to get their master's degree in England with honors. And both of them are doing pretty well. Umaya, she's working for a PR firm in the US and is planning to open her own business in Madrid soon. Barbara is working at one of the most prestigious film companies in the UK, but has been offered to become a partner this year. My mother is in good health, and having her with us is like a shower of blessings every day. Of course, taking care of her and in general, taking care of an elderly is not easy, but I was lucky to find the perfect caregivers, therapists, and doctors to help us. I decided to challenge the sentence, that of the China Chamber. But by the way, I did not have the support of the board. They were certain that there was nothing to be done. But with the help of a very professional lawyer, the fine was reduced from millions to $10,000. The chamber could survive, and this year we're celebrating the 18th anniversary. I remember the day we went to the court for the final hearing. It was so magical. Even the clerks were friendly and smiling. That was very unusual. We were sitting in the inner chambers of the judge and were served with hot coffee. Can you imagine? I cherish this memory with a lot of joy. After a super big event online, but at the Mexican Senate, with 1.3 million attendees, we had a broadcasting channel of the Congress at our disposal. Remember, we were on pandemic. We could make enough money to pay the due taxes. So when I finished my term, I was elected chairwoman of the board as an honorary position, which I retain until today. Business. In general, business is good and growing. Now I'm in the process of getting new clients for a new line of business and trade for chemicals. We use this in cosmetics and food. So now I work less hours, but my profit has increased more than 10% per annum in the last 5 years. My husband's company merged with a giant, and now he's thinking on retirement. He's in the process to recuperate our savings, so be it. So my final message to you would be, the challenges are still coming my way, but definitely I feel better equipped. The great bulk of doing a lot, searching for love and recognition just vanished. It is not blocking my capacity to really connect with my guru, with my loved ones, but most importantly with myself, to move forward and have things done. I thank God for that. I really do. Finally, let me express my deepest gratitude with love and deep respect to Master Marilag and her work. She is a genius with a big heart. She will guide you with wisdom and understanding through this super effective and meaningful program. Do not lose a minute of your precious time on this earth and join the Life Mastery Program today. For those who have joined the program already, congratulations. You're making a very good investment of time and money. Blessings to all, and a big hug to Master Marilag and her team. See you in the other side of this path when you start living your life in your terms. So be it, so it is. Thank you, Master, for this opportunity to share. I cannot hear you.
Okay, I muted myself. You mute yourself, Paula. You mute yourself. Okay. I found out we cannot be both unmuted. So to have clarity. Okay, so I'm saying thank you for sharing your story. I did not know the part the 1.2 million taxes, whatever that is for the government. That was amazing, right? From 1.2 to 10,000, that's a big, big, big slash. And you were able to revive the organization. I didn't know that part. I know you had this problem. I know you had this thing, and the others, the personal ones, I didn't know about the business. But what I know now, you have your business flourishing. You're the sole distributor of that chemical you're talking about all over the Asia or the world, something like that. So I said, you're continuously growing, continuously improving, okay, continuously practicing. Thank you for being a good student, so to speak. Okay, okay, again, as she said, it is not easy. It's not something, okay, I sign up and you fix me. It's not about me fixing you. It's about me just giving you the thing to do, and you have to practice. You have to, as she said, challenges still continue. It's not like once I sign this, everything will be life, wines and roses and with sake. Sake, if that's the wine. I don't drink wine, that's why. Okay, so you still have to do inner work, inner reflection, as he said. Okay, because you cannot transform if you don't even know what to transform. If you don't even know you have these issues. If you don't even know you have this program. Once you recognize and accept that you have it, it's not a sign of weakness. We all have weaknesses. We all have these issues from childhood. So once you recognize and you can do something about it, okay? You can do something about it. So I'm
I
so
think you should. I think you should rename this program. I think you should call it the Life Miracles Program.
Life Miracles program. Okay. Life mastery. Life. Okay. When you master life, that's a miracle in itself. Okay. Miraculous mastery, miraculous life mastery program, something like that.
Yes,
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 absolutely.
thank you for the suggestion, and thank you for taking some time up from your busy life. But you said you work only less hours now and more money, right? That's very important. You can have just. Do you have a grandchild already?
No.
No. Not yet. Okay. I was gonna say just enjoy your grandchildren. Okay, just give them time. They're still young. Okay, they're still young. Just to let you know, Paula has two very beautiful daughters. Very beautiful daughters. Not only beautiful but smart. Okay, so she's lucky to be blessed with two beautiful children. Okay, and and don't underestimate if you can hear her, if you know her story. I mean, just a glimpse of her life. She's a very powerful woman. Okay, powerful. I don't know her. I did not know her until I met her in India. Long, long time ago during Masterclass. I believe that was 2006, something. That's when I met you in India convention. And I didn't know her. And then she just appeared at the center one time of one of my classes. And I didn't know. She said, because of Master Marilag, I didn't know. I forgot what I did. Oh, I bought you a ticket from Mexico to India because you wanted to meet Master, right? Because you're suffering from some health issue. I don't know what that health issue was. I just wanted to help you without knowing you. I bought the ticket. Not I bought the ticket. I guided you to a cheaper ticket so you can afford to go to India. That was your humble beginning. And I didn't know that you had a life-threatening disease that time. And then by meeting the teacher, again, that's why it says GMCKS, that is our lifeline. She was healed by Master Chowa in that convention, and that transformer that healed her. Again, I don't know exactly the diagnosis, but and she's also the one in charge of the Zero Hunger Act in Mexico. Master Chowa says Zero Hunger Act, meaning the feeding program that no one will be hungry. Okay, in Mexico. We have that in India, in Colombia, and some countries. And she's the one in charge of instilling it. She's so powerful to be able to even connect or go close to the president of Mexico at that time. I remember that story. And don't underestimate, she is a powerhouse, okay? And I really have so much admiration for your success, for your achievements. Okay, thank you for being here and meet and be lucky to have met one of the most powerful women in Mexico. Thank you for joining the program. That requires a lot of humility to join the program. Okay? Okay, thank you. Okay, so everybody, to everybody, You hear me well, right? So if you're called to join, you don't have to wait for the last minute, okay? If there's something that will change you, that you needed some change in your life, you need to improve your life, that I'm sick and tired of this life, I'm always struggling, I'm always like running after chasing this and chasing that, chasing love, chasing money, chasing whatever, then it's time to just chill and just go within. And when the internals change, the outer world will change. Okay, a lot of the problems are always internal. The programming, the old beliefs that our parents instilled in us, told us, that teachers or the media actually. Okay, so this is only the second day. We see you again tomorrow. Okay, last day, and okay, I'll see if I can have April load the 5-day masterclass in, where do you want it? Facebook or YouTube? Yeah, in YouTube, okay? We'll do it in YouTube. Okay, thank you for coming. And okay, we're early. I don't want to go overtime. That's why I'm like trying to make it fast so you can go back to work or go back to your nap. Okay, thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Bibi. Thank you, Christabel. Thank you for Jordi for the transition. Okay, bye. See you tomorrow.